Hi, good evening. Everybody, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Mama Hanod. Mama Hanod. මගේ නම් mic එක on කරලා තියෙන්නේ කැමරාවත් can hear. එතකොට මෙහෙමයි දැන් මෙතන මේ ඕගොල්ලා after all level කට්ටිය right. එතකොට ඕගොල්ලන්ට mic එක on කරලා කතා කරන්න බැරි නම් එතනම අඩුපාඩුවක් තියෙනවා right. So you have to switch on your mic and speak. දැන් මේක class එකක් අපි මේ පටන් ගන්න යන්නේ very first time. ඉතින් ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ A level class එකක් පටන් ගන්න යන්නේ. ඉතින් මේක very first class එක මේකේ ඉතින් ඕගොල්ලන්ට කිසිම අපි මේක free කරන්නේ. ඉතින් මෙතන මම ඇත්තටම මේ I don't want to talk to මේ කතා කරන ළමයි ඉන්නවා කියලා තමයි මම හිතන්නේ. ඕගොල්ලෝ mic on කරලා hi good evening sir කියලා කියන්න. මම දන්නේ ඕවා ඉගෙන ගන්න ඕන ළමයි වුණා. නැත්තම් දෙමව්පියව කියලා දෙන්න right. එතකොට හැම වෙලාවෙම මේ කවුරු හරි ආමන්ත්‍රණය කරන විදියක් තියෙනවා. දැන් සර් කෙනෙක් good evening කිව්වට පස්සේ ඕගොල්ලෝ good evening කියනවා. right. mic එක off කරගෙන ඉඳලා හරියන්නේ නැහැ. දැන් සාමාන්‍ය grade 2 ළමයි නෙවෙයි මේකේ ඉන්නේ. So you are after all levels, right? So you are doing 2024 A levels. So I don't want to teach anybody who is not speaking with me. තාම ළමයෙක්වත් තාම කිව්වේ නැහැ good evening කියලා. Right? This is not a one-way communication, right? So this is about the two-way communications. ඕගොල්ලෝ ඉතින් good evening කියන්නේ නැතුව ඉතින් මම ක්ලාස් එක පටන් ගන්න විදියක් නැහැ. ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ mic වැඩ කරන්නේ නැද්ද? Right? Can't you speak English or Sinhala, whatever?
Good evening, sir.
Thank you. Good evening. එක ළමයෙක් හරි good evening කිව්වා. So I will start the class. Thank you for your wishes. Wait. Right. So I will explain who I am, right? Who am I, and at the moment, what is my profession, right? And what I have done, right? So my name is Samantha Hevage. So I just, I think you, can you see my screen, everybody?
Yes, sir.
All right, thanks. So this is about this is a small bio about me, right? So I am Samantha Hevage. So currently I am doing some various IT sector businesses, right? Apart from that, we have online tutoring teaching institute. And we in that that is online based teaching institute. So we are doing lot of courses, especially networking. So we have done we are doing CCNA, the Cisco certifications, right? So we teach Cisco, CCNA especially. Apart from that, we do some other O level and A level other subjects as well. and we have some small team, right? Actually, they all are teachers, mostly in international school teachers, and the local school teachers are there. So apart from that, we do IT businesses, especially. So we have a company called Hardnet Services, right? In that Hardnet Services, we do a lot of hardware and networking, right? Those stuff, Hardnet Services. So this is about our website, right? I will just elaborate about small information about our website. So what we do is here, we do a lot of hardware troubleshootings, for example, from the beginning, laptop, desktop repairs and printer repairs, whatever the hardware, those kind of things. And apart from that, we do a lot of services, right? So I mean, we do a lot of application development, right? Mobile application development, networking solutions, IT security solutions, right? CCTV. Actually, earlier we have done most of the projects CCTV and access control system, but nowadays, because of the cost concern, so we just drop that part at the moment, and we do services, IT services and consultancy, and those are the main functions in our business portfolio, right? So we have most of the clients. Basically, we service to some of the good banks in Sri Lanka, and sometime in multinational companies, right? So that's how we work. So purely IT related stuff, right? IT related, even teaching, education, and the enterprise services, right? So this is how small idea, because you should know to whom you are teaching, you are coming to the class, so you should know that, right? And about my background, right? My IT sector background. So I was in several companies, especially in Unilever, right? I were in more than 9 years or 10 years in various job roles. For example, from the beginning, right? So I will join system this hardware technicians. Then I became network technicians, and then system administrator, right? And system engineer, and the network administrator, network engineer, and after that team leader. So that kind of various roles I have done. So this is about what we have done in a lot of, you can refer this, right? In LinkedIn, you can see my profile, Samantha Hevage. So then you can see whatever the qualifications and the industry experience. I am graduated from NIBM, and I have done ESOFT, BCS degree, and qualified by NIBM and I have done some Cisco certifications and Microsoft certifications, right? Windows certifications, right? A lot of certifications I have done, right? So this is about my profile, right? Because you should know some of the things, right, what I have done, right? All right. I just close it. Okay, I think you have a little bit idea about, right, who I am now, right? Now, so this is, I will be your ICT teacher, right, to your ICT subject. All right. So apart from that, any question you want to ask, you can ask now. Do you have any question? Everything is cool. So I wish you can talk, right? One second. All right, now time to talk with you, right? Ayesh, so can you give a small brief about you? What are you doing? I mean, you finished your O levels, and what is your school? Hi Ayesh, how are you? So you can talk to Sinhala, English, doesn't matter, right? මම සිංහලත් දන්නවා, ඉංග්‍රීසිත් දන්නවා, right? ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. අපි කොහොමත් ඉංග්‍රීසියෙන් උගන්වනවා, ඒක ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ, right? අපි ඉංග්‍රීසි මීඩියම් මම ඇත්තටම ඉංග්‍රීසි මීඩියම් විතරයි උගන්වන්නේ, right? So Ayesh, how about you? ඔයා මොනවද A levels වලට කරන්නේ? ICT and what are the other subject? Okay, how about Bihanga? Bihanga, can you say a little bit about yourself? I mean, where are you from? Or for example, at least your town, Colombo, Kandy, somewhere, Galle, right? Speak. කතා කරන්න ළමයි. මම ඉගෙන ගන්නේ මේ පාසල්. මම ජීවත් වෙන්නේ කොළඹ ප්‍රදේශයේ නැත්නම් කොහේ whatever. දැන් කතා කරන ළමයි එක්කෙනෙක්වත් නැද්ද? දැන් මම මේ ගොළුන්ටද උගන්වන්නේ, right? මම මේ try කරන්නේ ගොළුන්ට උගන්වන්න නැද්ද? So Mahit, can you speak Mahit? Rukshila and Sydney. දැන් අතන මෙතන ඉන්න කතා කරන්න බැරි කට්ටියද? I don't know whether the parents ආගෙන ඉන්නවනා, so ඉතින් ඕගොල්ලෝ බලන්න ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ ළමයිට, right? ඇයි කතා කරන්න බැරි? ඒ confidence එක හදලා දෙන්න, right? subject එකක් උගන්වනවට වඩා that's මම නම් හිතන්නේ ඒ විදිහට. මොකද අපි කම්පැනි වල වැඩ කරලා අපිට තියෙන experience එක ළමයි කොහොමද අපි ඉස්සරහට ගන්න, right? You have to speak up first. even මේ online නේ. මොකද ඔයාගේ රූපේ පේන්නේත් නැහැ, right? අඩුම ගානේ voice එකවත් දෙන්න බැයි නම්, right? ඔයගොල්ලෝ කතා කරන්නේ මම. Can you speak? දැන් මට මෙහෙම speak කරන්න බැයි නම් ඇත්තටම දැන් මම ප්‍රශ්නයක් ඇහුවොත් උත්තර දෙන්න බැයි නේ. ඒ වගේනේ. දැන් මම ප්‍රශ්න කීපයක් ඇහුවා කවුරුත් උත්තර දුන්නේ නැහැ. එතකොට මේක this is not a one way communication. So we need two way communication. Right? දැන් අපි කියන්නේ full duplex කියලා. We talk about the full duplex. Full duplex කියන්නේ ඔය networking වල two way communication. We are sending a data and right, we are receiving data at the same time simultaneously, right? So then mama කියන එක අහගෙන ඉන්න, this is not අර old technology. අපි ඒ දවස්වල අපි you know when we go teaching, right, what has happened, we just right close our everything, right? We just hear, right? Teacher will teach and we write something and we come home. That's how our education. But now in new generation, not like that. It's interactive, right? Every time teachers will ask questions from students, then student can provide the answers, right? Who can talk? No one? Okay, okay. I say Success College, sir. My mic is broken. Audio port. Okay. Thanks, Success. Highly appreciate your talk. And right. Okay. Good evening. Right. Okay. All right. So when you come to the A-level ICT, right? I think you have the syllabus, right? This is Information and Communication Technology syllabus effective from 2017. So this is the new syllabus. New syllabus, right? New syllabus. This would be the new syllabus, right? So we just go through what kind of things we have to learn. All right. Yeah, I think I mentioned your our YouTube channel also, so you can refer that as well, right? So this is my YouTube channel. I have a few YouTube channels. This is one of them, right? So this is networking team in Sri Lanka, right? So this is our YouTube channel. So we have these are most of the time these courses are related to universities. Most of the students from Colombo, right, Japura, Kalaniya, so networking networking students are joining to our online, courses, right? Right. So this is I have done from this last 2 years, right? So most of the students get benefit. Most of the third year syllabus, right? They are networking third year syllabus and the fourth year syllabus will be covered, right, from most of the sections, right? And actually, I am going to from even this month onwards, I am going to start the 2022 A levels past paper discussion, right? So it's a free of charge. Everybody can come and look at the session. It's a totally free of charge. I will be planning to do all the papers from 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, but with the new syllabus. Sorry, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Past paper discussion, English medium, A level, ICT as a support for the 2022 students. This is like we do like corporate CSR, corporate social responsibility, right? So back to the session. Okay, competence in communications. These are okay. Yeah, we go by topics. There are some topics down. Okay, concept of ICT, introduction to computer, right? So these are periods, right? You will learn the period. Normal period will 40 minutes, no, right? It's 40 minutes, right? And it's like that. So introduction to computer, data representations, fundamental of digital circuit, operating system, networking, database, system analysis and design, programming, web development, IoT, ICT in business, new trend and future direction of ICT. New trend means like artificial intelligence, right? So data science, blockchain, right? So Bitcoins, right? So those are the new trend, blockchain, right? Artificial intelligence, data sciencing, right? Those are the new trend in IT world, right? All right. So this is about competency one, explore the basic concept of ICT together with its role and applicability in today's knowledge-based society. So nowadays we refer the knowledge-based society. What do I mean by knowledge-based society is nowadays society very intelligent. They are updating instantly. They pick up the technology soon, right? Very fast. They are adapting, right? and the integrations of the systems, right? Investigating the basic building block of information and its their characteristic. Information. So what do you mean by the information? Information is a rich, we say that rich organized data, right? We can say rich organized data. Rich organized data. What do you mean by the rich organized? Data might be organized or unorganized. For example, data is a raw fact. Raw fact. It's just a data. For example, 100. What do you mean by the 100? We don't know. It is a rupees 100 or what? It's a trees, 100 trees, right? Or whatever. Coconut or whatever. Jackfruit. Don't know. 100. There is no meaning in data. There is no meaning. There is no meaning. No meaning. Right? There is no meaning. Raw fact, just a data. For example, we say comma. Just a name, nothing else. Right? 65.43. 65.43. We don't know what is this. This is called raw fact. Data. Normally in a European world, they call about data. They pronounce data කියලා. Not the data. අපි තමයි මේ data කියන්නේ. But they pronounce like data. Data කියලා කියන්නේ. Data. Because you should know. These are trends, right? Trends in IT. Because I have been working in more than 15 years in IT sector, right? It's not, right? It's a big, even those companies are not a small companies, biggest companies, right? In Sri Lanka. So apart from we teach ICT to the student, we will show the path and what kind of a best practices as an IT professional you should know. Right. So data is a raw fact. Nothing but it's a raw fact. You can say raw fact, which has no meaning. Which has no meaning. Even you can say raw data or data. Right? Data is a not organized. It's not organized. That is about data. By looking at data, we can't make decisions. Cannot make decisions. Cannot make decisions. We can't make decisions. You know, decisions, people who take the decisions are, we call them as in enterprise world leaders. Normally we call them bosses also, but in a best practices we say that leader. Leaders are make decisions by looking at information. They are not making the decisions by looking at data. No, they are not. They don't bother about the data. They need organized set of data. What they need, leaders in a company. Leader means, for example, most of the companies, we have a chairman. We have a chairman, right? And we have a director board. Director 1, Director 2, Director 3, Director 4. For example, we say that finance director, sales and marketing director, right? Finance director, sales and marketing director. We have supply chain director, supply chain, right? Supply chain means what? Supply chain means from the manufacturing, for example, planning, or we can say buying or planning, buying, right? Then after that, manufacturing, right? So raw materials, right? We bring the raw materials, we make the products, right? Then QA, quality assurance, right? We are checking the qualities, warehousing, distributions, right? That's the flow. We call them as a supply chain. You should know. You are doing A levels, right? Supply chain, right? Okay, give me 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. All right. All right. So data, again, data is a raw fact which has no meaning, not organized. We can't make decisions by looking at data. We are only make the decisions by looking at information, right? Okay, that's it about data. Okay, we will just go through some, I think I have some slide I will show you. Because I straight away start the subject, right? So either you are joining or not, for the coming days, I will continue the class, right? So, but because today onwards, I'm going to start the class. I mean, today onwards, I'm going to teach the subject, right? Right. Here, 32 Celsius, right? 15 kilo, right? Kilometers per hour, right? 12 millimeter, right? So they're asking, what are those? These are data, no? Today is a rainy day. Please take your umbrella with you. Wow, I got it. What is this? This is about information. What they say, they are very clearly say that today is a rainy day. Ada wahina dawasa. Please take your umbrella. Kude aragena enna. Nathan kude ganna. Take your umbrella. Right? You take your umbrella and go somewhere, anywhere. Right? So, weather. If someone say weather, normally in a normal BBC or CNN, they have BBC, we have world weather. If you look at the BBC, right, it tells the world weather, like, you know, after every news, last section would be world weather. Can you remember earlier in Sri Lanka, we had weather, small last session in every news. You can remember. I don't know you are remember or not. I think your parent would be remember. We have a news session, but in Sri Lanka, most of the in news sector now they don't say much about the weather. They are ignoring, right? I don't know why. Sometimes they can't trace the weather in Sri Lanka properly. That might be the case, right? That might be the issue. That's what we don't know. The tsunami comes, no? That same thing, right? Anyway, in BBC and CNN, right, they are well aware about world weather. They know what is the weather, right? And they have a section. And when they tell us that weather report, they are specifically say, okay, in this place, rainy. This place, right, thunder. Right? In this place, snow. How they say specifically? Because they got information. Right? They got information. Right? Something, give me 1 second. I think my this one. Second. All right, that's fine. All right. Here data. What they say? Raw material for computer processing, for example. Numbers, text, images, sound in a form that is suitable for storage or processing by the computer. Right? So computer processing. Data would be a number, it could be a text, it could be an image, sound. Normally we say that hypermedia, multimedia. If someone say hypermedia, what do you mean by the hypermedia? Hypermedia contains sound, graphics, text, numbers, images, right? Those are called hypermedia. Hypermedia all are about data, right? See, 40, 51, 39, 28, 32, 47. Colombo is a town name. It's just a data. But if say that I live in Colombo, that is information. See the difference. If the word comes, I live in Colombo, it's a information. That means it's organized. It clearly say that you live in Colombo. But here, this is just a word. I think you can understand what is the difference between the data and the information, right? Data, as I said earlier, it's a raw fact, not organized. Data has no meaning, right? Normally, we are not making any decision by looking at data. We are just, input some data to further processing to our whatever the storage devices. Apart from that information, it's a well organized, well structured. By looking at the information, we can make the decisions. By looking at information, we can, effectively do the businesses, right? That's how we can differentiate data and the information. Right. The ability to gather, store, process, and retrieve data in a timely manner is vital. We manage data can save time, money, increase productivity, enhance decision making. Information. Computer data that has been organized. That has been organized and presented in a systematic fashion to clarify the underlying meaning. Yes. What they say? Number of students in a class 47. We say in your coming A-level class, you will get, we say, 35 students. This 35 student is in your class. It's information. In class D, they have 28 pupils. In class E, pupils, 51 pupils. Class F, 32 pupils. Right? So we clearly say that, okay, which class has how many students? Here, 32. Which class? Class F. So this is about information. All right. So characteristic of information. An item of information has following characteristic: accuracy, form, frequency. Right? Accuracy, form, frequency. We will look at what do you mean by accuracy. Accuracy means, another term we can say it's about validity of your data. Validity of your data. Accuracy. Oh, in another word we can say accurate. Accurate. Right? Information is always, good information should be accurate. Even not only 100%, at least 99% accurate. So if you are just let's imagine like this. You are actually you can you can get the real world example in Sri Lanka, right? So from example, right? For example, we say president got bad information from the agriculture sector, right? So what will happen? What has happened? So he made decisions without, right? He made decision by looking at inaccurate data, right? That's what happened, right? So what they did was they make decisions. Most of the decisions, right, they made by looking at invalid informations. We don't know who has given that. Anyway, they make decisions by looking at the wrong information, not accurate information, right? That's what this kind of queues are there in Sri Lanka everywhere, right? Everywhere big queues are there for the oil, gas, everything. So see, so very good example. So if you are making decisions by looking at wrong information, your decision would be the fail. Then that effect will, it's not a small effect. It's worse effect, because you make decisions by looking at wrong inputs, right? All right. Accuracy means whether the information is true or false. Every time we should know our information is accurate. Remember, in your real life, right? Best practices don't tell things if you are not sure to your colleagues or your peers. Peers means you are, like friends, the same age, your friends, right? The people, studying together, right? Peers, or we say that colleagues, right? Colleagues. So if you are telling something, you just get the responsibility of that, right? That means you are telling, is it accurate things you are going to tell or inaccurate? Because by giving wrong information to someone else, so that person make decisions, right? Because of your wrong information, what has happened? What will happen? So worst scenario. So this is good for even in a real life, right? When you say something, even to your mom, even to your dad, right? You have to be, right? Say accurate things. If you are not sure, just ignore, don't tell. All right, so we have a qualitative, quantitative, numeric, graphic, summary, detail. The form, the versions of information. How it's like how we are going to form. Form means how we are going to present. We say that how we are going to form it. Api කියන්නේ perform කියලා. We say that perform, right? Perform. So perform වල දැන් මෙතන you just cut this, right? We have a form. Performing, forming. You are presenting, right? You are determining something. That is called forming, right? This is described in terms of qualitative and quantitative. Qualitative means, right? It's like a quality. Your data, your information, how much quality of your information. Quality. Quantitative means what is the capacity of that? Quantitative. Can you count that? How many records? Quantitative. I have 1,000 records. For example, it's a quantitative. I have 10 pages. It's a quantitative. Numerical. It's a numbers. It talk about the digits 0 to 9. Numerical things. For example, numbers, fraction numbers, double numbers, right? We have, decimal points. Those are numerical stuff. Even the whole numbers, right? Whole numbers can purna sankhya can whole numbers. We have fraction numbers, dasama sankhya, ne? You know that these things, these words. Graphics. Graphics means we have a charts, column chart, right? Some, various chart graphics. Because your information can be graphically presented. For example, circle, right? Rectangle, something like that. Using graphics. And the summary. Yes, most of the leaders like this. Leaders hate these things. Detail. They never look at details. Because they have a team under him. We say, I am a manager, I am a leader. We say, I am IT director. I am IT director. I have a guys under me. I have IT manager. I have business partners, right? I have technology persons, network manager. So they all are reporting to me, right? I never ask, okay, give me detailed things. No, you have to, if you are representing something to your manager or this level, most of the, management level, they need summarized data, summarize data. Summarized data means what? Summarized data is not big data, right? Not like, lengthy of data package, not like that. Summarized. By looking at summarized data, they can make decisions very easily. But remember, those summarized data should be accurate. Otherwise, what will happen, right? It will happen to, what has happened to Sri Lanka at the moment, right? Right. Frequency. Frequency. Again, how often? Frequency, right? How often you have a cricket practice? I have per week 2 days cricket practice. How often? How often parents should go to school for the parent meeting? Once in a month, twice in a month. How often? Frequency, right? Frequency. This is a measure of how often information is needed. Sometimes I need weekly data. Every week, first week, I need data. I can say information. The second week, information, right? Likewise, weekly basic, or monthly basic. Weekly basic, monthly basis, yearly basic, right? Remember, so this is online class, right? So in all the time, what I will teach most. So because I will give the less notes, because I will recommend the textbook later, so you can get that textbook from your bookshop, right? Because there are good authors, even most of the university, professors, they have written the textbooks which is covered to the A-level ICT English medium. So it's a matter of selecting the book, right? Because I want to take by next week, I think I will be able to give a good recommended book, because that recommended book is like a supportive book, right? දැන් මම සිංහලෙන් කියනවා නම් මෙතන අපිට ක්ලාස් එකේ මේ නෝට් ලියලිය ඉන්න වෙලා නැහැ. මොකද I am here to teach you, right? මේක අර නිකන් අර ordinary class වල වගේ මම කියවනවා ඔයගොල්ලෝ ලියනවා එහෙම නැහැ, right? So අපි notes දෙනවා, papers discuss කරද්දී ඒවා we are given those things. But anyway, what I want to tell you is I will provide you the recommended book. Then you can get that book, you can keep it, right? So I know in your school teachers, they will give, a lot of, right, notes, right, to you, right? You can keep it that. And I will give some, presentations that, PPT and the Word files, those PDF files, so which is relevant to the topic and notes. I definitely provide you. But anyway, it's less. Because we are going to, most of the time, we are going to understand the concept to the students, then student can get the idea about that, right? And understand the concept behind that. And if there are any practical things, understand the practical things, how you are going to do it, right? And you have to, so this is this IT, IT is a technology subject. Right? IT is a technology subject, not like maths and other science, whatever other subject, not like other subject, right? They have a lot of, sometimes you have to buy hard. In IT, you don't know to buy hard things. You have to get to understand to your mind, and you have to write it from your own as an answer, right? IT is that kind of a smart subject, not like other ordinary subjects, right? The basic subject like math, science, not like that. This is like even this will be changed, right? Then common maths gana වෙනස් වෙන්නේ නැහැනේ. හදන විදිය එහෙමයි, ඒ logic එහෙමයි. But IT, right? IT is everyday changing. Only 3 months. The internet year is what? 3 months. Everybody say that internet year. Right? Now we have 365 days now. But for the internet, Year means it's a 3 month. That means 90 days. Approximately 100 days. After 100 days, right, coming new technology, new stuff. That's how behave, right? Right? I will talk about the ICT trend also, because you are okay. I will come to that later after I introduce the ICT, because even you are doing A levels, this ICT, after A levels, sometimes you are going to do a degree or whatever you are going to participate. We say after you pass the A levels, sometime you will join university, right? Those kind of higher education. So whatever you do, right, you should know the new trends in IT. So because of my experience and the hands-on and in the whatever I have the knowledge enterprise world, because at the moment also we are supporting to the businesses in the IT. So we know what are the trends you should follow, right? I can guide you very easily because this is my subject, right? So when it's come to the IT, this is my subject, right? So I can tell you, okay, for example, I might say, okay, now if you are learning Linux, it will be benefit to you in your life career, life changing Linux. Then if you are going to cloud technology, it's a new trend. For example, AWS, right? Amazon Web Services, right? Azure, right? Those stuff in a cloud. If you are going for cyber security, it's a new trend, right? Cyber security, right? Cyber security. So cyber security is biggest trend nowadays. So as an IT guy, if you are going to plan to go long journey, these things you should learn. Linux. Then you have to learn cloud technologies, right? Then some sort of programming like a Python or Java, right? So these are the trends in IT. Even you have to learn about networking. Right. How breadth is there? What is your breadth? Right? The scope of the information. It defines the scope of information. That means, in other words, you can say what? It's a boundary. It's a boundary. Boundary means scope. We have everything we decide from the scope. No? Scope. We have a scope. So information also have a scope. It's not go beyond the scope. We have some limited range. Limited information should be in a limited range. Range එකක් තියෙනවා, scope එකක් තියෙනවා. We have a scope. We have a breadth, right? That is about scope, right? Then origin. Wow, good word. Origin, right? දැන් අපි කියන්නේ මොකද්ද නේ? අපි කියන දැන් සින්නරේන අපේ ඔරිජින් එක තමයි අපි විජේ කුමරුගෙන් පැමිණෙන කට්ටියනේ. විජේ කුමරු ඔරිජින් එක නේ, origin. So we are coming from then විජේ කුමරු කොහෙද දෙන්නේ? ඉන්දියාවේ. Then so then we are coming from India. Right, in that context. Anyway, origin is right from where we exit in this world. Origin, So in this here, what do you mean by the information origin? So from where it comes, So that is a characteristic, or we can say it's a properties. It's a properties. Or it's a features. Features of the information is one of the feature of the information is origin. From where is exit? From where it comes, right? Normally, when you do, when you do some college degree, right? Sometimes we have to do case study, and we have to do some project, individual project, group project, your research and all. Every research and all, what you have to mention? You have to mention when you write data and information, you have to say where you get those data, from where it comes. You have to acknowledge the sources. අපි කියන්නේ citing කියලා citing. Right? Citing කියලා කියනවා. We have a term called citing, right? Acknowledge the sources. At the end of the line, we say, okay, this information I got from this book. This information I got from that book. This information I got from this website. Something like that. It says that, okay, here are some information, but remember, I am highlighting this information, but this information, the sources of information is this, from this book, from that book, something like that, right? That is about the origin, right? Origin. Now, for example, we just think about our religious, we have a Quran, we have a Bible, right? So we have අපි කියන සිංහලෙන් අපි කියන ත්‍රිපිටකය කියලා, right? ත්‍රිපිටකය. ඒ අපේ ආගම නේ, අපි හැම එක්කෙනාටම ආගමක් තියෙනවා, ධර්මයක් තියෙනවා. ඒ ධර්මයේ එන්නේ ඒ ඔරිජින් එක. අන්න ඒ බුක් එකකින්, right? නේ අපි දැන් සිංහල ගත්තොත් we have සූත්‍ර, පාලි, Abhidharma, right? Those things, right? Then Bible වල තියෙනවා එක එක වගන්ති, right? So that's what. So that is the information coming from which sources? Where? Got it? Information may origin from sources inside the organization or outside. Right. Time horizon. What do you mean by the time horizon? Remember, for the information, we should have a precise time, timely manner. We should have, our information should be valid only on that particular time. After that, it's expired. Remember, information also expired. It's obsolete. Right? It's expired, obsolete. It goes to garbage, right? After some time comes, it goes, right? So then that is one of the feature for the information. We should know the specific information in the specific time frame. Time frame එකක් කියලා. Within that time frame, we should have information, time horizon, right? So we can say normally, data analysis. I think you heard about the data analysis, right? Data analysis, or we can say data science, or we can say big data analysis, right? Analysis. So these concepts, normally this big data analysis, so they need what? Fast information. They need current trends, latest trends, and they will they will get some mathematical calculations, some some calculations or some algorithm. We say algorithms. By using those algorithms, they are going to do some data, might be integration, for example past data and the present data, and they are going to what they are going to present of, we can say, forecast future trends. So these nowadays in most of the sales and marketing, the big businesses in sales and marketing companies, they hire the position called data science team. So now I think you can see we have a degrees in data science. That's what I said, that artificial intelligence, data science, right? Big data analysis. These are the new trend in ICT world, IT world, right? So data science, you have many degrees nowadays. Even in Sri Lanka universities, they offer degrees, right? So that means most of the degrees foreign degrees, but they are working as a facilitator, right, in local, right? So big data analysis, this is a new trend. සාමාන්‍ය මේවල පඩි සාමාන්‍ය ලක්ෂ 2 3 එහා, right? These jobs, these are purely IT related most of the time. IT related, because they have systems, right? You should know the system, you have to analyze the data, you have to feed the data, you have to import the data, a lot of stuff are there, right? So time horizon, information may be oriented towards the past, toward the event, current event, toward the future activities and the event. That's all. Oriented means it's information, I can say like this, information depends on time frame, right? You know that in A-level ICT 2013, we have a revised syllabus, right? After that revised syllabus, we got 2017 new revised syllabus. So now, can we follow this syllabus? No, this is old. This is obsolete. We are not consider this. This is old, right? This is like now our garbage. We don't care now because it's all data. We are referring new syllabus, something like that. So it has a time. We have a specific, it's time. We have a form towards 2017 upwards, the new syllabus. Right. I just want to ask a question. අයිෂ්ට ඔයාලට තේරෙනවද ඔයාලා මැසේජ් එකක් දාන්න? තේරෙනව නම් I think you are understanding these things, right? What I am telling. Okay. Okay. I say they can understand. I see he can understand. That's fine. Okay, set up information as following characteristic. Okay, wait. This one. Timelineless. Okay. Ayesh, do you have a writing book with you? If I give a note, is it possible to write? I mean, is it possible you to write from whatever the textbook? All right. Sorry, Ayesh, you can write like this. You put a today date, right? 2022, 8th of June 2022, right? All right. You can write like this. 8th of June 2022, right? And you can write first subheading data. Under that, I will give some sentence, you can write it. I'm reading it, right? Data is a raw fact. Data is a raw fact which has no meaning. Right? Data is a raw fact which has no meaning. Okay, then you can say data is not organized fact. Data is not organized facts. Due to that, right? Due to that, we cannot make decisions. We cannot make decisions by looking at data, right? So this is more than enough about the data. I mean, this is kind of a definition. Data is a raw fact which has no meaning. Data is not organized fact. Due to that, we cannot make decisions by looking at data. You can say data is everywhere. Data is everywhere, right? Everywhere. Which are form like sound, text, graphics, images, numbers, etc. Right? You can say example. Use some example for the data. 100, right? Colombo, right? 6.5, right? Guyana, right? So these are data. All right. Finish writing. Okay. All right. Next one you can write. Information. You can write information are organized set of data which has a meaning. By looking at information, we can make decisions. Right? By looking at information, we can make decisions. Without any hustle, without any issue. Right. For example, you can say someone live in Colombo. That means someone is live in Colombo. Right? His school is, we say Royal College. Royal College. Something like that. So these are precise information, right? These are precise information. I think you finished writing, right? Am I right? All right. All right, Ayush, can you note these things? So you can note it down. Accuracy, form, frequency, because these are very important topics, right? Because this is relevant to your, this is actually what we are doing here. This is your first thing, right? So we are referring this. So we are talking about the information and their characteristics. Because I refer this new syllabus. I am every time go with this. Then if you go with this, our syllabus will be over, right? Because this is the syllabus, new syllabus, right? We have to do all the things one by one, right? So that's how we are going to start the ICT, right? The A levels. So when you follow these forms, competency 1 to until end, so we will finish our syllabus without any issue, because we have to cover every each and every line. So then from whichever the question comes, you have done. That's it. Every time I am referring this is the teacher guide, right? The syllabus, we have to follow this, right? All right. Because I am giving relevant notes from various sources. So sometime from the book, sometime from my own notes, sometime from some technical books, right? So I will map those notes to, right, to with map those notes with your syllabus topics. All right. If you are finished, just message me, right? You can message if you are finished. Then I can show you the other pages. All right. Hi. Mama Metaina, I have discussed from here, right? I think I want to discuss here. Right. We will discuss here from here. We have discussed this one. All right. Relevance. Information is relevance if it is needed for the practical situation, right? Relevant means it's what? It's mapped to the scenario. Scenario means practical situation. We say that scenario, right? We call it a scenario. Give the scenario, give the examples. Right? Information is relevant if it is needed for the practical situation. Relevant. Adala. Sinhala can adala. It's relevant. Right? That is also one of the features. Completeness. Completeness means information should be not half. We don't tolerate half information. Right? We don't tolerate half information. We need 100% complete information. Complete information. By looking at 100% complete information only, we can make effective decisions. What do you mean by effective decisions? Right? Effective. Right? Effective decisions. Your decision would be so effective in terms of your scenario. That is called effective decisions. Right? Complete information provide the user with all that needs to be known about the particular situation. Right. And remember that whatever these IT classes, now you are joining ICT classes for the A level, right? Each and every class you will be getting a recording as well. So this recording I will be share with you, but it's only limited time. It's like maximum 7 days. Maximum. Sometimes it might be 3 days because sometimes our data, the capacity of the server might less because we are not doing only these classes now. So we have at the moment I have many CCNA badges. So we our other teachers are doing many courses. So in our under our institute licenses, we have a Microsoft Teams and we have a Microsoft Team licenses, as well as we have a Zoom license. So by using those licenses, we have the repository of the recordings. But sometimes what will happen, it will it will go beyond the threshold. So we have to we should know it's every time it should below the threshold. If it is go beyond the threshold, what will happen? Our servers might be affected and our data might be lost. Because of that, you have to have only 7 days recording. Within 7 days, you have to look at my recording, and you can even have a short note. Sometimes every time I can't give the notes, no. So then it will time consuming, right? But I am giving the note. I say, okay, write it, because it's special. It has good notes. I mean, some summarized data. So you have to copy that. That's fine. But apart from that, when I'm talking about the technologies, then things like that, then you can follow up with the recording. And if you feel that okay, this is very important point the sir told us, so you can note it down. That's up to you, because you are doing all errors, right? So you should know how to take a short notes, right? All right. So timely information is something that is available. Here, completeness. Complete information provide the user with all need to be known as about particular situation. Yes. Or just think about the, in a court situation, in the court case, if you file a case and, in a lawyers, they have to show, complete information to the judge, no? Otherwise, judge don't make decisions, right? So if something, if some complaints, if they are investigating something, so you have to prove that, okay, this has happened due to this, and this is the time, and this is the place, and every time from using CCTV camera, right? Everything. Now I think you know that, if you look at the whatever the Derana or whatever the channel, right? So you can look at some cases they are highlighting. Sometimes they are giving complete information. They show the videos, right? They show the recordings, right? They show the CCTV recording, and they can identify the persons who has done that whatever the crime, right? So nowadays, Sri Lanka, a lot of crimes happen these right, because of these trends, right? So every time the lawyers should be show complete information to the judgment, or to make the decision to the judge. So then judge will decide, okay, because of the complete information, for example, we have CCTV camera, the footage and everything, that person going and we say that, for example, some shooting is there. So then the judge can make that, okay, this person is guilty on that. So then they will punish from the under the law of Sri Lanka, the Anthony law. So that's how it goes, right? Right. Then timeliness. So this also I have mentioned, no, timeliness. So if it is outdated, obsolete, right, expired, delay, right, expired information, delayed information. Sometimes the information come delayed. So what has happened? Just think about the tsunami, right? What will happen? What has happened in 2004, right? Everybody knows, everybody knew, we didn't know, right? Even most of the people say the message came from other overseas countries. Okay, so this in the Sumatra, this this tsunami hit happened for 9.2, right? But the message didn't circulate. So because of that, what has happened? More than 40,000 people died in Sri Lanka. I think not more than that, right? Under exact figures, more than that. Because of that, because of why when the tsunami hits in Sumatra in 2004, so message came after tsunami hit, right? Everything has gone at that time, right? But the communication, there's a lack of communication. There were lack of communication. That's all. So if the information coming because delay, if your information is delayed, the arrival receiving the information delay, what has happened? You can't make decisions. It's too late. That's why the timeliness, right? Remember that if you tell some information, it should be, you have to tell something without any delay. Delay information, you can incident, right? We have to elaborate before that incident happened, right? Same, very easy to understand, right? Very easy to understand. All right. That's what I said very first time. Meaningless. Data is always meaningless. That's what I said. No meaning. No meaning. Data becomes information when it is processed and presented to the decision maker in a meaningful way, or we can say in a systematic way. Systematic way. We can say that. Systematic way. Right? Meaningless data becomes information when it is processed. Yes. Meaningless data. That means raw fact, in other words. Becomes information when it is processed and presented by decision maker to make the effective decision. You can elaborate again, right, if you want. Only when the input is accurate, timely, the reliable will the output information is useful, reliable. Yes. It's like garbage in, whatever, garbage in, garbage out. If you are inputting poor quality, poor or quality, low quality, right? Low quality information, you never get the high quality information. If you are inputting poor or low quality, right? Low quality data or information to the system, you always get in, right? Output also bad quality. Remember that, bad quality. Poor quality, your output also. So if you are inputting good quality, 100% accurate information, you will get accurate, right, output as well. That is called garbage in, garbage out. It's like this, right? So if you do something bad, it's like this. I can say like this. What comes around, sorry, other way, I made a mistake, right? We can say like this. What goes around comes around. Oh, that comes around. What do you mean that? Right? What goes around, right? අපි කියන්නේ සිංහලෙන් කියන්නේ we හිටෙව්වොත් we හම්බෙනවා, මුන් හිටෙව්වොත් මුන් හම්බෙනවා. ඒ වගේ තමයි. Right? What goes around means if you are inputting good things, right, you will get good output, good input. Good input, good output. Good input, good output. Good output comes. Bad input, bad output comes. What goes around comes around means කියන්නේ ඔයා දැන් කරන දේවල් තමයි ඔයාගේ අනාගතයට ඒක බලපාන. Right? That is called what goes around, that comes around. Same thing. Garbage in, garbage out. If you are inputting wrong inputs, you will get wrong output. If you are inputting good inputs, correct inputs, valid input, you will get valid output. It's very simple. Right. Data. International standard is International Organization for Standardization. That is called ISO. Right? ISO. It's a professional body. ISO is a professional body. Right? It highlights the, right, best practices, the quality standards. It highlights the standard. We say that ISO 9000, no? 9000. The product we have ISO the certificate, ISO certificate. Right? IT වල තියෙන ISO 27001 on the security aspect and all. So there are some, quality assurance. Quality. We say that QA. Quality assurance. QA. ISO. Right? International Organization for Standardization. International, right? International Organization for Standardization. Right? That is called ISO, International Organization for Standardization. Right? All right. So what they say, a data. So they got the definition from the ISO. What they say, a representation of the facts, concepts, and instructions is a formalized manner. Formalized manner. It could be a, in terms of text, in terms of graphics, in terms of, symbols, shapes, whatever. Manner suitable for communication and interpretation. Interpretation means you are interpreting, you are running, you are executing. That's the what do you mean by this one? Executing. Or interpretation means running. And we have, so we are teaching in your system. When we do the system subject in A-level ICT, we have interpreter, compilers, right? Interpretation means you are running the program code. Interpreter. Or your execution means, in other words, you are going to run your applications, whatever you have developed by different, by using your different language, for example, Python language. You are going to run the particular program. That is called execution or interpretation, or the processing by human beings or by automatic means, right? Sometimes automatic means it's artificial intelligence. Automated system. We have a, right, A system, automated system, right? So these are the how you are going to, right, determine your data in terms of how you are formalize the data in terms of letters, numbers, colors, symbols, shapes, temperatures, sound, and other fact and figures are data suitable for processing. These are example. L12 color, right? These are symbol, right? Something like that. Information, how they give the definition. Who? International Organization for Standardization. The meaning that is applied to data by means of conversation appeal to that data. Process data, right? The meaning that apply to data by means of the conversation applied to that data. So this is their definition, right? So it's a process data. P-R-O-C-E-S-S-E-D, processed, already processed. Process means you have, what do you mean processing? We know that, no? This is the computer, right? How the data is flowing in computer. You are going to input and you do some processing and you get some result from that output, from the output devices. This is processing means, yeah, in other words, you are converting something. You are converting. You are changing. You are modifying. Right? You are going to sometimes change the shape of your data. Right? Processing. Every time process means something happened. Some conversion. Right? Some change happen. This will happen by automatic or by manual. We have automated system, that is the processing is done by automatic. Manual processing, manual means processing is done by human intervention. But in human intervention, human intervene in the processing of the data. ඒ කියන්නේ මිනිස්සු සම්බන්ධ වෙනවා change එකට. Intervene. Right? Input, process, output. Right. Here you can write something. I will give also some point. Here you can write data. You can simply say data is not organized. We already write, but when you compare, data is not organized. Information is organized. You can write this point as well, right? You can say data has data has no meaning. Information has a meaning, right? Another different, you can write by looking at data, we cannot make effective decisions. But by looking at information, we can make effective decisions. We can make effective decisions. By looking at data, we cannot make effective decisions, but by looking at information, we can make effective decisions. All right. So today, so we will, from this point, we are going to end our first sessions. So I hope you will be, happy about the class. So you can comment me anything. This is my WhatsApp number, right? So I will give my WhatsApp number. It's not 777 845 071. Right, related to IT, anything you can ask from me. If I have a time, I will definitely reply to you. So if you want to know how you are going to go in through career path. If someone asks, for example, I must say, if someone asks, he is not willing to do the A-levels, but he like to do IT. He wants to develop his career through the IT. So I can guide them, right, without any charge, right? I don't worry. So I'm not charging for these guidance, right? These are free of charge services, right? If most of the parents is calling me and asking, and even the students also calling, right? From various places in Sri Lanka, in even the foreign countries, right? Who live in Sri Lankans, they ask, right? So definitely I am helping them to, if I am knowing something, I will definitely help them, because, so we have to live in the, society like give and take, right? So every time we have to help people's students, right? So from our institute, so we are very much our policy is that helping to students mostly. Most of the time most of the students we are helping from whatever we know, whatever we are, competencies. From our competencies, we are helping to the other students. All right. So thanks for watching this video, right? Actually, I have broadcast to even in my CCNA channel also. So this is about, actually these videos I will, put into the playlist of the another playlist for the A-level ICT. So, but at the moment it will be broadcasting. So, okay, anyway, so if you are joining after, this 2014 A-levels, so if anyone want to join in, so they can call and join from next week onwards. So we will be continue the next Wednesday. The classes will be there. So you all are welcome. So I guarantee that, right? I can guarantee that you will be getting, right, A or B pass to the A-levels, right? If you are only willing to work with me and follow my guidance, right? So that's what I can give a guarantee about that. All right, take care. Cheers.